Hello, and welcome to Three Things. Our guest tonight could be the most popular girl on White Sox Twitter. She made it to the Final Four in the 2020 108 tourney, losing to the eventual three-time champion White Sox Dave. However, she is the queen of exotic fruit coats at the local Jewels and drinks warm Busch Light. She's putting in hours on her Switch. Oh, see, I'm glad I'm screwing up this part right here because when it gets to the good part, then I won't be screwing up. She's putting in more hours on her Switch than she does on her higher education since the Rona hit. She likes taking edibles and listening to experimental hip-hop. And holy shit, I have listened to a few of the tunes that you posted, and goddamn, girl, that shit is heavy. She got drip, always low-key pulling a flex, no cap. The way she slays is straight fire. She's got all the clout, and we hope she never gets canceled. Her DMs aren't open, but her Venmo is. Welcome to the show, Ali White Sox, a.k.a. Ali White Claw. What's up, Ali? How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Venmo is no longer open because I got my account banned.
What?
Oh, no.
And I don't know why. Somebody Venmo'd me 69 cents, and then literally the day after, I got an email, and it was like, we suspect suspicious activity on your account, and now I just can never use Venmo again.
Oh my God.
That's
So
bogus.
now I am strictly Cash App.
Man, I'll tell you what, the guy, I'm assuming it was the guy that sent you 69 cents is very clear and very discreet. I'm sure he was not looking for anything other than just sending you 69 cents.
Yeah, he definitely probably hacked my account.
Allie, would you like us to use the 108 muscle to scream at Venmo on the Twitters? Because I've been looking for a reason to get pissed off about something, and I haven't had anything, and
Do it.
feels
I
like
tried.
we should.
I got in a fight with them over email, and they were just like, they couldn't even tell me why, I got banned or whatever. They're like, we can't even disclose the information. I'm like, what?
You can't disclose your information.
I don't understand that whatsoever. So, Ali, I wanted to have you on tonight, and we've never met you. This is the first meeting of the four of us, and I want to let you know that as a father of two girls, I look at you on Twitter and I see you. I'm a little protective of you. And I don't worry about you per se, but I'm definitely paying attention to what's going on in your life from time to time.
Yeah.
And I feel like we had Alexis on last week, and she's kind of the same way. You're just like, it's your fun drunk uncle watching over you, not some creepy old dude leering at you. So remember that.
Some old people.
Yeah. So next time you're in the stadium, which will probably be 2021, feel free to come through. Uncle Loaf is really good at buying drinks for everybody that comes through. We will make sure that you are 10 seats away from Wally Money, so you don't have to get next to him. And we don't know anybody that's anywhere close to your age, so we can't set you up with anybody, but we will keep away all the scumbags that seem to come to the 108, okay?
How does this work? Now, my Sox Summer is the edible uncle, and the way I was getting badgered before we came on, I'm the pompous asshole uncle. What's Teresi? What uncle is he?
I think great uncle, right? Because I'm the oldest by 20 years.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is three things. The first thing is we just did. The second thing, our guest, Ali, has brought us a question. Ali, the floor is yours.
All right. So if you were to make your own White Claw flavor, what would it be?
Oh, minestrone.
This is
obviously.
so good.
Oh man. Okay, so I have to think through and try and think if I know all the White Claw flavors that already exist. There's already a mango flavor, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's a winner.
It's delicious. The goat flavor right here is the black cherry.
Yep,
That's the best.
Black cherry.
The black cherry is the fucking crystal of the White Claw. I mean, that's where it's at, man.
I'm a big fan of the lime because I mix it with rum. So if you a lime White Claw with a spiced rum like Sailor Jerry or Captain Morgan, very good.
Interesting.
So that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna make mine rum flavored. I'm gonna have a rum flavored White Claw. I think that then I could put just like a dash of lime in it. I think then it'll work better for me. Maybe a little more rum.
I feel like I've had this discussion previously with Terezi, just because I talk about crazy shit all the time and like brainstorm weird stuff with the guys. Like, this is how I come up with ideas for whatever 108 shit we do. And I told Terezi, you know what, we should make chocolate White Claw. But then I remember how terrible chocolate soda was. And like, it just doesn't work, right? And Terezi, you remember that, right? And I'm not talking about Yoo-hoo. I'm talking about carbonated fucking chocolate soda, like, and that was terrible trash, right? So then it got me thinking, what flavors do I like in a cocktail? Like, kind of what is my, what's my go-to if I was going to get a cocktail? And you know what? I mean, it's if I'm going to get like a martini or whatever, what I'm going to get is big and pink and beautiful, and it's a pomegranate martini. So I'm going to go pomegranate. I think I would do pomegranate White Claw. I'm pretty sure that I might be the only person that buys it, but that's all I would buy if it exists.
Good. I like pomegranate juice. So.
Oh, me too. I can't get enough. I ordered a pomegranate martini at a work dinner. So there's like 20 people there. I work for a half private equity, half real estate firm. It's like a conservative, group or whatever. But I'm always peacocking, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna order this big gigantic pink drink. And people still remember that shit. Like 8 years later now, like whenever I run into people, remember we were out to dinner, you ordered that big pink shit for dinner? I was like, yeah, I do remember that. So I got to go. That's my style, pomegranate.
Nice.
That's just so not you. Pink drink loaf. It's just not somebody that I see very often. And if you're not trying to make an impression, why are you ordering that drink?
It's also delicious, by the way.
I agree. I am. I don't mind the White Claw, and as I get skinnier, maybe, or need to get skinnier, maybe I'll start drinking more. I'm going to want something. The one thing that I've always noticed with them is there's like a little quick hit of flavor, and then it's gone. So maybe like, let's go with like a coffee flavored White Claw, for the morning time. So like an early tailgate session, we'll do something like maybe an Irish cream coffee, White Claw. Whatever. Because I mean, you're only going to get a bit of the taste anyway, so it doesn't much matter how you do it. So I'm going to go with that.
There's nothing better than coffee with cream that's carbonated.
Yes.
But it's only a little minute taste, dude. Like it's just like a click. It's like a little click, and then it's good.
Do they have a grape one? A grape one.
My answer is grape.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I love, like, whenever I go to the dentist, I always pick like grape flavored everything. So I'm like, I'm definitely going grape.
Grape soda is awesome. Grape soda is probably one of my favorite sodas. That's why when Beef started talking about the sodas, I thought about it. Grape.
You go grape over orange?
Well, I mean, it depends on what I'm eating.
Okay.
Yeah, grape. Yeah, no. Grape soda is better flavor than orange soda.
If I mean,
I take it orange all day,
baby, all day.
I drink orange soda. I don't know. It's like ingrained in my heritage, I think.
Yeah, it is.
I'm hung up though on Ali talking about the dentist stuff, because remember, they don't have it anymore. But remember when you have to put that big thing in your mouth covered in fluoride, and you have to hold that shit in there for like 5 minutes or the fuck. Any flavor.
Wait. Hold on a second. Ali, you said you still have to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Beef. You don't go to the dentist anymore?
No. My dentist.
I don't think Russ been to the dentist in a while.
No, you don't have to hold that shit. You don't got to hold that big fucking mouth guard in there.
I haven't gotten fluoride in like a couple years. So.
They were doing the little dot treatment and just sort of getting in there and cleaning it. I did not have to hold that big motherfucker in there.
Yeah. Well, no, your teeth are fake. You don't have
shit. I couldn't. I hated that. Yeah, when I go to the dentist at the flea market, they don't make me do it.
You get a haircut, a 10-pack of tube socks, and go to the dentist all in one shot, man. And it's only a $4 entry fee. I totally understand why that's why you started. I get that.
So, Ali, have you seen though that they have the flavorless White Claw, like the plain?
Yeah, like just
the mixers. I think we should all make these now. I feel like we should get some of those.
I love it.
All these flavors, and I'm most excited to see my son make his coffee and cream flavored one.
For a guy who doesn't really drink coffee, he wants everything coffee infused. Remember we were doing that podcast with Lanuti, and everything was a coffee stout, and Lanuti looked at you and goes, "Do you have any beer other than a coffee stout?"
Well, it's the winter. That's when you were supposed to drink coffee stouts. It's the winter. So, hey, Allie, I I listened to Death Grips today.
Okay.
I mean, like, are you you're seriously listening to this music, right?
Yeah.
You really like this music? Because I'm not like the vibe that we're getting from you. Maybe you're nervous or whatever. Is these songs are pretty. They're out there. They're heavy.
I'm like a very shy and awkward person until like you actually get to know me. But yeah, Death Grips I like seriously listen to. Like it's on my everyday playlist.
Oh my gosh. You guys need to listen to this. It is it's almost like a I want to say it's like a hardcore rap. Like almost death rap. It's weird. It's interesting.
But see,
it's interesting.
My Sox Summer, you can't like I think you're making a leap just saying like, okay, you listen to this music, so I'm assuming this about you. Like, think about the shit I listen to, man. Like, you know, it just because I listen to Macabre doesn't mean that I'm like pro Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh no, I get it. No. It's and there's nothing. The music isn't anything wrong.
That's right. You're pro Jeffrey Dahmer without that shit. I mean,
right.
Before you even knew about that kind of music.
Judge me.
Yeah.
Man, no, I didn't mean this. I'm not trying to sound like it's bad music. It's not, and it's not like crazy weird or anything. It's just different, and it's just not the vibe. Like I don't want to, I don't want to place labels on anybody, but it's just different. You guys listen to it and you tell me if you see this. So
it's kind of funny though, My Sox Summer. You bring up an interesting point about people in general. You look at people and you like to think you can assume what their interests are, particularly in music. Teresi and I have a friend, and friend of a friend. He's a cousin of one of our friends, and he's real into the death metal stuff. You could never tell it. Guy looks like he's an accountant. He's not an accountant. I am, but he looks like he's an accountant. You'd have no clue. And I remember one time I said something and I forgot. And he goes, "What? You don't think death metal is good musicians?" I'm like, I didn't say anything about that. He got offended that I made a comment that was tertiary to that. Like he was ready to fucking throw down. So you never know what people listen to. You might think, oh, that bro over there, he definitely listens to Dave Matthews Band, and they don't, man. They'll fuck you up like that.
Okay. Hey, Ali, what are you majoring in at college right now?
Sports management.
Still doing sports management. What are you going to try to do with that degree post college?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just a big question mark.
Well, and that's something you don't need to know, because I know when I was in your age, I thought I had thought I was going to be in a different position. Mm-hmm. And then things happen when the way they're supposed to happen, and it all comes to you when it's supposed to come to you. And that is like probably one of the most canned, maybe generic responses to that kind of thing, but it's the most right thing. Like when I met my wife, I knew it was my wife, and it's the journey, so just enjoy it, because it will change and it will get where it's supposed to be, eventually. So yeah, that's like the only thing I can really tell you.
I'm a little different, because at about 5 years old, I knew I wanted to be a White Sox blogger eventually.
Like someday the phone will be video too, and we'll just talk to people. We can't go outside. So the third thing for three things, I brought a question for the group, and it is: name one fictional character that best describes you. Allie, would you like to go first?
I'm gonna say Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Because Eeyore, all he does is sleep, and he likes to be alone. Essentially my life in my basement.
So I'm going to go next. That's good. Actually, that's a very good one.
I kind of want to know Eeyore's drinking and music habits now.
You You would think you could just tell Eeyore's drinking and music habits by looking at Eeyore, but you don't know. You're not going to figure it out.
The sleepiness may be because of something.
The one thing I know for sure is that Eeyore would love a coffee-flavored White Claw, so he's going to be totally fine with that, and he will drink as many of those as possible.
That's actually in the Bible, so good call, my son.
Yeah, that's how it happened. So I'll go next because I want to give you guys a little bit of time to think about.
Yeah.
My initial thought was I want to say I'm Trent from the movie Swingers, but I was not as cool as Trent from the movie Swingers.
No shit.
No, I wasn't. I know, it's amazing, right? So then I was like, oh man, Lloyd Dobler from Say Anything. That's who I would really like to be, right? Like he does his own thing. It's kind of like F you to authority and whatnot. And that wasn't me either. Like I wasn't there. So I finally settled on Mikey from Swingers because he was the most unsure of himself, but yet still took those risks. And then also thought that he had, when he was opening, he was doing like really good theater back east and then moved out west and thought he was just going to get a job right away because he was so good at where he was. And he got kicked in the nuts, right? It was upon entry into the west. I felt very similar to moving out to the West Coast and getting shit canned right in the nuts by about every job I went to go apply for. I went to the same place to interview twice, 6 months apart. It did not get the job both times. It was not fun, you know. And then 9/11 happened, and we all know how that went. I didn't get my job, my coveted job at Castle Megastores out in Phoenix. But yeah, so yeah, that's why I'm gonna take Mikey from Swingers. But it works out in the end for Mikey, so it's all good. Have you ever seen Swingers, Ali? Really?
Nope, I just Googled it.
You need to watch that movie. It's a dude movie, kind of, but I think it plays well. I think it kind of has held up, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, check it out and tell us if you think it's like total bullshit now. Because obviously we grew up in that era, so we thought, oh yeah, this is a cool movie, but it might not resonate anymore.
I will put it on my list.
I'm gonna take one that I would assume you haven't seen this movie. It's from the 80s. But I think the character closest to me would be Rudy from Born in East LA. Because I'm at all times in danger of being deported, despite the fact that I don't speak Spanish. And when you put me in a bad situation, I can usually figure my way out of it. Beef Loaf can attest to this, and I'll tell stories in the stands that would attribute to this, but we'll keep those out of this one. But nevertheless, I think Rudy from which is played by Cheech Marin, who I once looked like, now I look like Tommy Chong, but I connect with that character. I think that's a person who's a lot like me.
All right, Loaf, let's bring it home.
I wanted to go with Mike McDermott from Rounders, you know, like just clever, calculating, like smart guy that like made some mistakes, but, you know, then got his act together and was really, you know, outthought everybody. But really, if I'm being honest with myself, I think the fictional character that I actually am is Patrick Star from SpongeBob, because I'm big and goofy looking and do a lot of dumb stuff and lovable, but everything seems to turn out okay for me in the end. Like it doesn't look like it should. And it's like, what's this dumbass doing? And then it kind of like it works out perfectly for me. So I think I'll go with Patrick Star.
I'm glad you got there, because at first I was like, of course he takes a genius.
Fuck you, huh? How's that sound?
We should write a list of movies that we need to pass along to the younger generation that is following us and friends with us online. Because there's a few things that you should watch, and we're going to tell you about them.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those movies. I literally just Googled them.
So.
If we put that list together, you know what's going to happen. Someone like Rudy's going to say, "Oh, those movies are fucking bullshit. Don't watch them." Right?
I feel like
Rudy's kind of a prick.
Other than My Sock Summer, no one has told me that Spinal Tap is bullshit. I think Spinal Tap is a movie that should be passed down to generation.
Yeah, that'll hold up. That's
Ali,
funny. That's going to hold up.
Spinal Tap.
No.
Okay, that's one that I think you'll actually enjoy.
Watch that movie.
I think we're doing this in the wrong direction. Ali, give us a movie that we should watch that we're not into.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking we're not hip to certain things. Give us something. Come on, throw us something.
No, I am not a big movie person. Like, I don't know.
Give us some sort of media that we're missing out on, whether it be music, movies, TV.
I mean, I already know that TikTok is dope. These guys don't know it yet. Okay, I watch over Bonita Stakey's shoulder, and she shows me some stuff from there. Like TikTok is the dopest social media medium there is. Like it's like Vine, but better. It's the dopest. I need to start doing some TikTok. That's all I gotta say.
It's the dopest, no cap.
I've been binging 90 Day Fiance, which is just hilarious.
Yep. What? And I'm gonna sound very old. What is 90 Day Fiance?
It's like these people in the U.S. meet someone outside of the U.S. and then they have to marry them in 90 days so they don't get deported. And basically, most of the time, it's just people trying to get to the U.S. and then they leave the person. But it's pretty funny.
Okay,
that's very close to real life, actually.
I really like this premise now.
Well, there's
I was like, I thought when you said it, I thought, okay, it's one of these things where they just pair up two people and they see if they could work it out. This is way better. And I don't feel bad for anybody in this situation. So I think I would really enjoy something like that. It would be like when I watch Intervention and root for the relapse.
Intervention's good to watch too, so then you know you don't actually have a problem because you're like, I'm not as bad as that person. So
makes you feel much better about yourself. That's absolutely correct.
I've only seen a few of the 90 Day Fiancés, and I know there was one woman from the United States who was going to be marrying a pop star in that country, and I was like, this is not. And she's like 55 years old, and he's like younger, and has all these women around him, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work out so well.
So let me tell you a quick little story about a 90 Day Fiance. We were in Panama on vacation, and we're just we were at some resort for part of it, and we're talking to this bartender, and I was like, man, you speak really good English, man. Because in Panama, it's not like when you go to a Mexico resort or in the Caribbean where kind of everyone just speaks English. We were 5 of the 8 Americans that were there. So I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, man, your English is really good. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm actually moving to the United States soon. He's like, I met a girl and I'm getting married to her, and we're gonna live in either North Carolina or Alabama. And I looked at him and I said, let me tell you, I would choose North Carolina if I were you. That's
just to be sure.
I hope
sage advice.
I don't know whatever happened to that guy, if he made it past the 90 days, but I hope he didn't go to Alabama.
Well, hey, Ali, thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the work and all the stuff you did through the tournament. Getting that far, getting into the Final Four was just amazing. And as it continues to keep getting bigger and bigger, I'm sure you're going to be right there at the top, and we'll be seeing you year after year.
We'll see.
Looking forward to getting back to baseball and meeting you face to face. But thanks for coming on 3 Things.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, you have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Cheers, Ali.
Bye.